Hello and welcome back. Let's continue our exploration of database tables. Now let's talk about comments. All the comments information you see in WordPress are stored in the WP comments table in the database. This table includes various pieces of information about each comment, such as a comment ID, which is a unique identifier for each comment, comment post ID, the ID of the post to which the comment belongs, comment author, the name of the comment author, the comment author email, the email address of the comment author, and the comment author URL, which contains the URL if provided by the comment author. In addition to this, several other fields in this table store details about the comments, such as the content of the comment, the date it was created, and its status. For example, approved, pending, or spam. And we also have the WP comments meta table, which is currently empty in this setup. This table is used when you need to extend the comment functionality for specific use cases. For example, if you customize the default WordPress comment form by adding additional fields, the data from those fields can be stored in the WP comments meta table. This works similarly to the WP post meta table, which stores metadata for posts. Next, there is WP links. However, this table is no longer in active use. In older version of WordPress, this table was utilized for the bookmark functionality, which allowed users to manage links. Since this feature has been deprecated, the WP links table remains in the database, but it's typically unused. Now, let's move on to users. In WordPress, you can add multiple users and assign them roles such as administrator, author, contributor, or subscriber. Currently, my user role is administrator. When you edit a user in the admin dashboard, you will see fields like first name, last name, nickname, display name, email address, website, and other custom fields. All basic information is stored in the WP user table. This table contains user login, which contains the username used for login, user pass, which contains the hash password, user nice name, a URL friendly version of the username, the user email, the user's email address, user URL, the user's website, user registered, the date the user was registered, display name, the name displayed publicly on the site. Additional information such as the user first name, last name, visual editor preferences, admin color scheme, and other custom metadata is stored in the WP user meta table. So if I make changes here, you can see the changes reflected immediately. For instance, if I modify something in the admin color scheme, for example, selecting the coffee color scheme and clicking on the update profile, it will update the user profile accordingly. Let me refresh the page to show you. As you can see, the changes have taken effect. All users meta information such as dashboard settings is saved in the WP user meta table. This is how the WP users and WP user meta table work together to store the user data and settings. Now let's talk about terms and the related tables. WP terms, WP term meta, WP term taxonomy, and WP term relationships. This table are responsible for handling WordPress taxonomies such as categories and tags. The WP terms table stores the basic information about terms such as term ID, the unique ID for the term, name, the name of the term, for example a category or a tag, slug, which is a URL friendly version of the name, and the term group, reserved for grouping terms. This is used very rarely. For example, if you look at the categories or tags in your admin panel, their name and slug are stored in this table. The WP term meta table is used to store additional metadata for terms. For instance, if you want to add a custom feature such as assigning a color to each category, the color data would be stored in the WP term meta table. The WP term taxonomy table maps terms to their respective taxonomies. It contains fields such as term taxonomy ID, which is a unique ID for the term taxonomy relationship, the term ID, the term's ID linked to the WP terms table, the taxonomy, that is the taxonomy type, for example, category or post tag, description, which contains the description of the term, parent, which contains the ID of a parent term, used for hierarchical taxonomies like categories. For example, let's explore the taxonomy category and its structure. Here the taxonomy term is category. If we look into the categories, we find the term ID. In this case, it is ID 30. This ID maps to the taxonomy term in WordPress. To understand this better, I have opened the relevant database tables. First, we will check the terms table. Here you can find the term ID 30, which corresponds to the AC form. Next, we'll check the term taxonomy table. This table creates the relationship between the term ID and the taxonomy. In this case, term ID 30 belongs to the taxonomy category, meaning the AC form term was created under the categories taxonomy. Now, let's look at another example. For tags, if you open a tag with tag ID 95, we can search for it in the term taxonomy table. There you will find the term ID 95 associated with the taxonomy post tag. This table also shows the description for the term. You can view the description directly in the database or in the WordPress admin interface. To summarize, the terms table lists all the terms, while the term taxonomy table establishes the relationship between terms and taxonomies. This relationship helps WordPress organize and manage terms efficiently within taxonomies such as categories, tags, or any custom taxonomies you define. The WP term relationships table links terms to posts or other objects such as custom post types. When we create or update a post, we can assign categories to it. For example, consider a post titled Blog Category Embeds. This post can have multiple categories assigned. In this case, this post has both blog and media categories assigned. Additionally, the post has a few tags assigned as well. Now let's look at the post ID, which in this case is 1781. The object ID corresponds to the post ID, mapping it to the associated categories and tags. If we check the term taxonomy IDs assigned to this post, we find they belong to the term taxonomy table. The term ID in turn links to the WP terms table. This structure illustrates how all tables, WP terms, WP term taxonomy, and WP term relationships are interconnected. For example, using inquiry, if we look at term taxonomy IDs 14, 59, 110, and 216, we can see that they represent two categories assigned to this post. The taxonomy field indicates that this taxonomy IDs belong to specific term IDs in the WP terms table, which in this case are associated with the block and media category. So the post has these two categories assigned. In addition, the post also has other terms assigned such as embeds and content. These terms are stored and linked in the WP term relationship table, which establishes the relationship between terms and posts. This table works for any post type, including custom post types. For instance, categories and tags are default taxonomies for posts. But if you create a custom post type, you can define custom taxonomies and assign taxonomy terms to the post. These custom taxonomy terms and their relationships with the custom post types are also stored in the same tables. To summarize, the WP term relationships table stores the relationship between terms and posts, while the WP term taxonomy and WP terms table provide the taxonomy and term details respectively. In this overview, we explored how WordPress organizes and stores post-taxonomy relationship in the database. When you install WordPress, it sets up these tables by default. After watching this, you can browse and explore your local WordPress database to understand its structure better. Enjoy working with WordPress. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Jai WordPress!